Hi, I'm Toby Hodges and this is the brand new Bali Catsmart. So Bali have really come to own this 40 to 50 foot sector now. This is a 38 they call it. It's actually only 10 inches shorter than the Cat Space that launched a few years ago, the 40 footer. But the key differences you see straight away: aft helms, no flybridge. And this one starts at 325,000 euros, whereas the Cat Space 382,000 euros. But it's a different, completely different format, I guess. It's also what they say, if you call it a 38, it's 39'7", I think. The only size cat in this market to offer it 4 cabins, and you can see that this is what they do, this is what Bali do. You can see it through their range. So they've also got, a 4.2, 4.4, 4.6, 4.8, all here, all lined up here, and they are boxy, spacious catamarans. They pack it in, and this is their USP really, is having the tilt and slide door, which closes off the whole saloon area here, and that's what they do very, very well. It gives you a lot of accommodation space without trying to repeat a cockpit and a saloon area. So there we have it in closed mode with that main entrance there in the centre. So as mentioned, the preference here is to go for these twin aft helms, and they've got this solid platform here with a really easy, simple davit system as well for storing the dinghy. They've tried to keep, if you can see the other side of the tent there, that's the Cat Space, and you can see just how much the flybridge pushes the boom up high, whereas the goal here with this one, with no flybridge, was to bring the boom down lower and try and get a bit more performance out of the boat. Otherwise you're going to sail the boat from the 2 corners, so you want to keep swapping to get visibility, because you've got quite a lot of coach reef area in there. But the lines neatly led through those blocks to 1 winch either side, and then obviously you've got the traveller winches on the aft beam here, which we also have a nice seating area in the fresh air there. From the port side on deck here, it's 3 steps up, but a couple of things to point out is just how wide this side deck area is as well. And you've got a relatively flat coach reef area, so plenty of room for solar panels on it as well. There you can see how the running rigging's led under that through the turning blocks on aft. And self-tacking jib rail as well, so self-tacking sailing jib as standard. You've probably noticed back on this foredeck as well is the steps up onto that coach reef. So a forward cockpit such as this is a bit of a trademark of the Bali range, to have a solid forward cockpit with a well rather than a trampoline area. So while we're here, you've got a little table in here. Underneath here there's access to, fender stowage, that sort of thing, and access to the tanks as well. And below the forward area here, you lift this one up, it's quite heavy, to get at the anchor and windlass there. And there are, of course, still identical sail lockers each side in the forepeaks themselves. So plenty of space for stowage in there. A grill area on the port side, and then a big stowage area below this aft bench seat with a gas locker in there as well. Conventional access into the engine bays below the aft helm stations. This one has a Whisper power genset in there as well. Plenty of space. Good step here from the helm itself, and then you move into this cockpit. So from anything you can see here really on this deck level can be closed off. So you see here on this side that they've got the windows open, right open for full ventilation, and closed on this side. And I think that's the real USP here, is being able to enjoy these boats in all weathers. So whether you're in the Mediterranean or you're up in the Baltic or whatever, you get this just enormous amount of living space. I mean, that's a saloon area you'd find on a Cat, typically 10 foot bigger really. You still get a nav station area, and then look how much galley. Again, that is the work surface and galley area of a much larger boat typically. Quite impressive. You also get, especially when you step down this little step here, you get quite good forward views, you know, horizon level views, unless you are tall. I mean, there's plenty of headroom, but then obviously once you're sort of 5'11", 6 foot and above, you're going to then be crouching a little bit just to see those good horizon views. But nice to see excellent ventilation coming through theirs as well. If it's nice and quiet, it's been pretty busy. We'll have a quick look. Yeah, we'll go down in the port hull first. So this is the guest side. And yeah, it's quite simple really. They've really focused on giving a massive queen size bed area. Again, it's only a 39 and a bit foot yacht. Stowage it's okay, I guess. But again, bearing in mind the size of the boat, understandable. And this on this side shares a heads area with a separate standing shower stall in there as well. Quite narrow going through these doorways, but again, understandable for the length of the boat. You can still see there's good volume up here as well, and loads of natural light in the forward cabin. So you see here you can have it as a 2-cabin version, a 3-cabin version, or even a 4-cabin version, and the 4-cabin version would obviously mirror this layout on the port hull. Got the specs here as well, so empty weight 8.4 tons on this one. Loads of stowage in this galley area. Look at that big double bin under there. And then a full height fridge and a freezer. Again, it's something you'd see on a 10-foot cat, a cat 10 foot longer. A few sort of sharp edges, no need to have a sharp corner, I think, even on a catamaran, and you know, some telltales of some high volume production. But this is obviously the first one, so I'm sure improvements will be made. But there is, yeah, generous stowage. And you see from here, that's the step up from basically the mast step back there. It's all single level in this saloon area. And then moving down into the owner's hull on the starboard side, which typical sliding door there to close it off for privacy. Look how wide that aft berth is. Again, particularly with this open plan layout in front of it. Loads of natural light. Big stowage drawers below. The main stowage areas are in those lockers there, and then a big hanging locker further forward here. Another one on the starboard side. Bit of clattering and banging. Sorry about that. With drawers below it, and a desk area here on the outboard side. And that leaves a big light, very naturally light and white heads and separate shower area forward. Again, having spent recently quite a lot of time on cats, a good 10 foot longer than this. It's really interesting to see how much you can pack into a 40-foot cat.